Well, good morning. It's me again on a cold, wet and horrible rainy day in Declan in Kent. It's the agricultural show, or they call it the Expo, I believe. I'm waiting to get out of the car, but it's pouring with rain. Don't really fancy it. I can't put the drone up because it's low base cloud and it's particularly just nasty weather out there. So I'm just in the car waiting for the rain to ease off a little bit and to warm up perhaps. I'm living in hope. Anyway, thanks for coming along. I do appreciate it. And if you haven't already, think about subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. And anyway, let's get on with this video, shall we? Thanks a lot. Cheerio for now. Morning.
Morning.
Horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a good day because it means that the farmers come.
Oh, right, okay then.
Yeah. They're not at home thinking, oh, we should do something else.
Bloomfields, eh?
Yes.
Thanks, mate. Good morning. You alright? Oh, alright. Morning, chaps.
Morning.
Nice day for it, isn't it, eh? Eh? Shall I have a come and have a chat with you in the dry?
Yeah.
Tell us all about what you're about.
You could have brought some sun with you.
Yeah, go away and come back with sunshine.
Right, let's go that way. Right. Yeah, good morning, guys.
Morning.
And who are you?
We are Agricare, and we are here today showing off our 3 new ranges we're going to start supplying. ProForge, which deals in cultivation equipment. Bateman, which is all of our specialist livestock handling equipment, galvanised equipment, gates. And Hustler, which is livestock feeding equipment, bale handlers, sprayers, and grabs.
I'm thinking, what's if we could turn that?
Yeah,
you can point
you've got your ambassador squeeze crush here, which can go from anything from a 50 kilo calf all the way up to some of the biggest bulls.
And it's galvanised, so it's
fully
long-lasting.
galvanised, and that will last you easily 20 years.
Now, I can see you've got the side doors on it for easy access to treating the animals on board, and obviously rear exit. Now, can you you can obviously trap the ball in there nice and tightly with the secure doors, made really strong and heavy. And in the background, is that your kit there as well?
Yep, that's our ProForge cultivating kit. There's a few of our discs and Stoker Pro there, which are really good sets, well built.
Yep.
The framework is solid on them, so they're going to last you a number of years.
Sorry, the camera went on a bit of a wild trip there. Probably did like the weather. You said about the your cultivators in the background, disc cultivators. Now I can see that. Now, what sort of horsepower would that need to pull that instrument?
On the big 6 metre, you're looking at about 150.
150. So that's probably about the average size tractor on a farm these days, really, isn't it? Even down to the cattlemen, they could have something like that as well, isn't it?
As a rule, most of the.
I mean, if you're selling crates, you want to sell stuff to the rest of the cattle industry, don't you, as well? Now you've got sheep handling equipment as well, I see.
Yep.
So what we got this down here, that's obviously to treat the sheep, is it, or something?
Yep, that is what's called the sheep grip.
Yep.
And that basically squeezes the sheep into their position, meaning that you can
treat the animal.
Okay, and you've got little departments to put all your bits and bobs in.
Yeah, it's got storage trays.
What's the hook thing above for? What's that used for?
You can use that for a variety of things. You can hang a shearing machine off of that if you're going to do some patching.
Okay, yeah. Some tail cleaning and that sort of thing, yeah.
Or you can put your fly spray bottles hanging from there, or your worms, your drenches.
Okay, yeah.
So they're out of the way, they don't get tangled up in the animals.
Fantastic. And you obviously you've got some sheep handling equipment there as a race.
Yep, that's our.
And this bizarre looking piece of spiky instrument down here, which I'm going to try and get close, but out in the weather obviously. And move the gentleman out of the way. Oh, we're not allowed to call you gentlemen, Right, tell us a little bit about your green kit over here.
Right, this is the Hustler bale unroller with the spikes on it.
Yep.
That will tease apart a bale and pull it apart and throw the silage off the side there.
And it's obviously a 3-point linkage, is it?
Yep, this one is 3-point linkage. We can do them as well with telehandler bracket attachments.
Okay.
So, and the beautiful part of these ones is they come with a set of spikes.
One second, your colleagues. Can you be a bit more quiet in the background there, please? Sorry. Thank you. But as you were saying,
one of the unique parts to this system is they come with a bale spike attachment as standard, which can be used on either side of the machine.
Yeah. So you can pick the bale up, bring it over to where you and put it in the machine and bed your cattle down.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you got a spraying implement in the background.
Yep. And that's our
and a grab.
Sprayer
silage cutter.
A couple of grabs and silage cutter, yeah.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time.
No worries.
The camera's gone a bit weird, but we'll try and get your colleagues in because they're all hiding in the background.
No, we got told to move.
Well, tell me the name of the business again.
We are Agricare.
And you are?
Jack.
Jack?
Neil from Bateman's.
Garth from Agricare.
And Eddie from Proforge.
Well, thanks ever so much for your time, guys, and we'll see you later, perhaps.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good morning, Tom.
Morning, how you doing? All right?
I'm fine, I'm waiting.
Well, you want the whole team here, Robin. We are.
I mean, especially pretty faces.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Because you're not a pretty face.
No, very, very able, talented team.
Tell us about your team.
The team consists of we've got architectural team.
Yep.
So doing the whole suite of services from building regs right up to design. We've got a valuation team today. So Rick's registered valuers.
Yep.
We have, who else do we have on the team? We've got state agency side of the business. Some of the members of which are coming up later. We've got land sales.
Are you going to do a talk in the today?
No, I'm not doing a talk this year. No,
okay.
I should avoid that. But
well, bring a couple of your colleagues and then we'll have a little chat with him.
John Booth, fellow director John Booth will come over here. John heads up the rural professional team, so he's very well briefed to talk about all the sort of the agricultural transition stuff at the moment and the sort of the environmental.
Yes, because there's a lot about it at the moment, and especially we're going into a new season with crops and animals and livestock. So tell me what's your position in land and fostering?
Well, I'm one of the directors alongside Tom, and my area is rural professional mainly, and that's what I do day to day. So it involves a wide range of work, from advising clients on environmental land management scheme and all the changes there, landlord tenant matters, property management, along with the rest of the team. So that keeps us busy, but also lettings is also one of my responsibilities, our residential lettings team and estate management.
Okay, and obviously you're auctioneers as well.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we have a very long, proud history of auctioneering.
Yes, that's where I knew you from many moons ago. But you've got a nice little stand here today, so you're inviting people over to have a chat with you and your colleagues and tell them about planning, regulations and rural affairs. And you've got quite a nice little team set up here, and I appreciate your time. Just before you go, just tell us your name again.
I'm Tom Ogden. Yep.
John Booth.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Morning, some farmers. It's better to talk to a pretty face. You get out.
I'll leave you to it.
No.
Right, good morning, girls.
Hello. Morning.
Good morning. You're southern farmers.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
We are an agricultural buying group that covers the southeast. We've got about 1,200 members at the moment, and yeah, so we cover all aspects of farming, and we're there to help try and save people money.
Fantastic. How would that incorporate your skills in that field? Will you go along to a farmer and do what?
No, we're all office based,
Okay.
and so we've got about 450 suppliers, and people can either go into a company themselves and book to their account, or they can ring us in the office, and us girls, we've all got different areas that we deal with, so they can ring us with their inquiries, and then we'll get all the pricing for them, and I was beeping. Oh yeah, or they can ring us in the office, and then yeah, we'll do the inquiries for them, go out to suppliers, get pricing and stuff. So we're basically an extension of their farm office.
Okay, so
all included.
I would say the farmer wants to know what next year's crops are going to be. So, and the best seed to put in and that sort of thing. Would he come to you and give you advice that way, or am I?
We
Not
don't,
really?
no, not particularly. So, but we would go to suppliers. So maybe if they wanted advice like that, we would then put them in touch with the relevant supplier, and they can discuss it with an expert, obviously, rather than us.
And they could offer them better discounts by coming through you, can they?
That's the idea, yeah. So we have discounts set up with suppliers. So when they book it to their account, yeah, they get it.
So would they pay you, or would they pay the supplier? And would you do that sort of
No,
transaction?
they pay us.
They
So
pay you?
all the invoices will come to us in the office.
Yep.
We process them all, and then they get one account every month with all the invoices on them, and they pay us, and we pay
Oh, that's
everyone
fantastic.
on their behalf. Yeah, it makes it easier.
Yeah, it makes it easier for the farmer, he's a
Yeah.
busy person, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you do all the accounts for them and just send them a bill for it,
Yeah.
it makes a lot of
All
difference.
in one place, all the payment terms are the same, so there's no having to pay one on one day and then one 2 weeks later or whatever. It's
Yeah.
all on one thing, so it makes it.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time and your troubles. I'm sorry about the camera message.
That's all right.
So, just quickly tell me your name and your company again.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah Tester, and it's Southern Farmers. I'm Abby Somerville, also from Southern Farmers.
Thanks a lot. Neil.
Thank you. Bye.
Good morning, guys.
Morning. You alright?
And you are?
Installations,
Fantastic. And what do you do?
grain burners and stirrers for drying grain.
So I didn't hear that.
Manufacturer of grain drying equipment.
Oh, okay. And obviously, bigger ones than that, obviously.
There's bigger ones than that, yes,
Yes.
depending on the type of drying you're doing.
Okay.
Yep.
Dry the crops down to what, a 14% or?
Yeah, depending on the crop, but yeah, 14%. Depends what their contract is. But
And where are you based?
we're based now in Bury St Edmunds.
And you're British, everything's British made?
Everything's British made, yep.
Fantastic. I
Yep.
like the sound of that. Doesn't
Good.
it? And they can contact you on the internet, can they?
Internet or telephone, yep. We were Kent based, which is why we're here, but we're now based in Bury St Edmunds. So there's a Kent telephone number they can get us on, email, or
Fantastic. So I'm going to get more into it now. You're
Yep.
talking
Oh,
to
dear.
me. Now, obviously, this piece of kit in front of us, let's just show the viewers this bit of kit in front of me. Now, that goes into what, a silo or something, does it?
can go onto a silo or a flat store with a false floor. Essentially you have fans that are blowing air under the crop and up through the crop, and these burners go on the fans to dry the air out before it enters the crop, therefore drying the crop down to the required moisture content.
Now, we're entering into an economical world these days. Now, is it economical to run this sort of thing?
It is
run on
economical.
diesel or-
Yeah, no, this runs on LPG, which is
LPG.
clean. We are looking at alternatives as well for the heat source.
Yes.
As it stands, it's quite difficult to get the amount of heat we require with anything other than LPG at the
Yes,
moment.
of course. Now, I mean, if we're drying, what sort of miles per gallon, let's say?
Miles per gallon. It varies because this burner modulates depending on the outside conditions.
Yeah.
In a really wet day, this will be roaring quite hot and burning, you know, an amount of gas. On a day where it's dry, this switches off completely and you don't burn any gas.
Okay. And it's clear, it's clean air going through the crop as well. It's
Correct.
not like diesel.
It's not like diesel, that's right.
Yeah.
So diesel will take the crop, this won't.
Okay, guys, well, I appreciate your time,
Oh, thank you.
And tell us your name. And
I'm
your
Lewis
company.
Harvey,
And your-
Harvest Installations.
And you're...
I'm Dan Clifton, Harvest Installations again.
And they can find you on the internet, can they? Thanks ever so much.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate
Take care.
it. Cheers. Good morning, you're very bright. What's going on here?
what's going on here? My company provides the contamination equipment.
You'd have to speak up, darling.
Yes. We are Sanex and we specialize in contamination prevention and control.
Yeah.
We offer automated fogging devices and eco-friendly disinfectants, but we also have a water purification system which converts any type of source water into a drinkable water, which is perfect for livestock, but at the same time for irrigation, and it operates as a sustainable product. So
fantastic. Do you want to show me some of your?
yes, definitely. So here are the automated fogging devices. We can cover from as small as 50 cubic meters up to 500,000.
Yeah.
So that's for for huge farms. They come in different formats, as you can see, and very bright and very nice colors. Exactly.
Is that good?
Yes, it is good because they will be suitable exactly for the right space.
Okay.
Yes, so then we have a full range of the products which can be used to be used in the air and on the surfaces. Has no impact on the livestock or on the plants.
Yeah.
We also have the water purification system, actually just there a little representation of that, but I can show you how does it look into this diagram. Very nice decorated. Okay, so it looks something like this. It operates through the solar panels and through cylinders, and this is a skin that it does the self-maintenance and anything like that. So
that's fantastic. I appreciate your time.
Thank
Tell
you
us your
very
name
much.
and your company again.
Sanex. We are waiting for you to see us at stand 177, or find us online, social media, or in Mayston. Yeah. So,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheerio.
Thank you.
Good morning. Anyone want to talk to me?
I'll talk to you, Robin. Come on.
How you doing?
I'm not too bad, not too bad.
So, tell me what you're doing here today.
So today we're here to try to push to our customers our non-service engineer side of the business, so our sales and parts. As you can see, we've got the pressure washers for keeping things nice and clean, industrial grade. We don't do any of this small scale stuff found in screw fix. This is proper pressure washers for proper washing. And we've also got our Wessex paddock maintenance and country line. There we've got our sweeper that's currently set up. Poo from the horses. We've got a couple of our garden machines available there for electric stuff. And then we've got plenty of brochures on with special offers from our suppliers. So fingers crossed, we're going to be busy.
Fantastic. Now, I've seen your bit over there next to the toad along. Can it be on a 3-point linkage, or is it?
They do another model that fits on a 3-point linkage, a slightly bigger one. You can get a PTO model. That one is done to it's more aimed at the ATV market. The larger STX range, that would be PTO, 3-point linkage, adjustable. They go up to about 1.8 metres wide.
Okay, and you're obviously your local company?
Yeah, so we're only based just off the motorway services, off the M2 services, about 2 miles from here.
From here doesn't mean nothing on the camera, so...
No, so we're obviously at Detlin, so we're just off the M2 services.
And they can contact you. I see you've got a web address.
We've got a website, we've got email addresses, phone numbers. There are multiple ways for us to be contacted, or just Google SJ Agri, and with multiple, I think the top of that 10 listings will come up with us.
Fantastic, I appreciate your time. So tell us your name and your company again.
I'm Sean Hampson, and this is SJ Agri Ltd.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you are?
I'm Bruce Robertson from Zedlock. We distribute recycled plastic fencing products, also landscaping products as well.
Okay, now I can see your plastic fencing. Now, are they recycled bits of plastic?
Yeah, 100% recycled, yes.
We like that, don't we?
Yeah.
So, ranging from fencing stakes to what?
Yeah, so fencing stakes, post and rail, ground protection grids, sleepers, filtration systems as well. There's another product that we...
Okay, I see your ground protection. I mean, that's a great thing. You ain't got to put a great big tarmac track in there, have you?
No, it's very good.
And it looks nice because the grass goes in amongst it, and the tractors can go. Now, is it heavy enough for the tractors to drive on it?
Yes, yeah. So this one's rated at 60 tonnes, and then the lighter weight one, which is called hand pave, which is for driveways, is actually rated at 250 tonnes per square metre. So it's a slightly lighter weight, but they're both very strong products.
Now, what would you suggest to put in amongst these? Would you recommend stone, or would you say just you can put whatever you like?
It depends on the loading, really. But I mean, if it was lorries, I would say something an aggregate, a fine aggregate. If it was cars, cars or trailers you were parking on, just backfill with soil and let the grass go back through.
Now, obviously, I mean, even if you put gravel in there, the grass will grow because we know what weeds get everywhere, don't they? So it will green up in the future. And where can they contact you if they want to speak to you about your product?
At the website zlock.com.
Okay. And where are you based?
We're in Petworth in Sussex.
Okay, but you're obviously internet worldwide and all that sort of thing, so someone can come along and talk to you about it.
Yeah, and we deliver nationally because all the products go out via palletised freight. So anywhere in the country, in the UK mainland, is we deliver to.
I can see your products here. Now, for example, I'm a farmer and I want to bang that in the ground. Is it? You can bang it in the ground quite easily?
Yeah,
you haven't got to dig an hole or anything like that?
No, what I suggest is that you spike the hole first. Use a rock spike to create a small bore hole and then drive the stake in with a normal post driver. But what you find is, because plastic has got a degree of flexibility,
that's what I was worried about,
so you lose the energy if you don't pilot hole with a rock spike first.
Okay, so you put no reinforcing in the, it's just pure plastic?
It is just plastic, yes.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate your time and see you again later on.
Super, thank you very much.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Now, tell me what you're doing here on the show today.
Staying in the warm and dry for a start.
That's a good one, I like that, yes. So the name of your company is?
NPC More.
You're going to have to speak a little bit louder because it is very noisy in here.
It is NPC More.
Okay, and you've got some equipment beside you.
Yes, we have.
And tell us all about it.
So we have I need to check the model, a 209V, so it's a 90 horsepower orchard or vineyard tractor.
Yep.
Mid-mounted is a Brawn roll hack.
We'll have a look at that in a minute.
Okay, which is a really simple weeding tool.
Okay.
On the front is a bloody great BMV orchard fruit wall pruner.
Now, obviously, does that take away the person walking up and deciding where to prune the trees?
Yes. Yeah.
Does it do the same job though?
You wouldn't get such detailed cut, but in a modern orchard you need to be as efficient as possible. I was going to say minimising, being as labour as efficient as possible. Minimising people. Really.
I mean, if you've got a few hundred acres of fruit, you're going to have a few hundred people walking around trimming.
And you don't want that.
No, and
one man, one machine.
Exactly, because
get on.
Sainsbury's always knocking you for the price of fruit.
Absolutely, and that's a real problem.
You want to keep costs down.
Yeah.
Now, this would do a reasonable job.
Yes.
Efficiently.
Yes.
And economically.
Yes.
Fantastic. And it's front mounted. And how does it drive? Does it drive through hydraulics or PTOs?
Yeah, hydraulically driven.
Okay. So, what sort of horsepower tractor would you need for this?
Oh, you don't need a 90 horsepower tractor for that. Yeah, anything from 50 horsepower.
So, as you say, the fruit farmer, because he's not going to have these 200-300 horsepower tractors, are they?
No.
So, anyway, okay, we'll speak about that, but you said about a weeder underneath. Let's have a walk around that. So, tell me, how's this working? Sorry.
This is a really simple, ground-driven weeder.
Yep.
And it just works alongside that vine row. You can manually tilt and adjust the pitch.
Yep.
And you would do that throughout the season so that you move the soil and you don't create a mound. It just keeps disturbing that soil and keeping the weeds down and broken up.
Rather than using pesticides and that sort of thing. So it is for the vineyard, is it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So, because that's an up-and-coming business in Kent nowadays.
It's
really taken off well.
Yeah. This can then drop out, and then you can have alternative tools, and then you can have an intervine hoe, or you could have what they call a bud rubber or multi-clean tool, just to
Move the soil about. Move the soil about. Let's say that. And it clips on the side of the tractor quite easily, does it?
Yeah.
Have you got to have any external brackets or anything like that?
You do need external brackets, but we can make those and
supply all them.
absolutely.
Now we look at this kit here and we're thinking about, I asked everybody the same question, spares.
Yep.
Now obviously breakdowns, it's a natural world that we have breakdowns and bits break. Now do you carry spares or can
Absolutely. Service is key, isn't it?
Yes.
We all want to be up and running as quick as possible, downtime to a minimum.
Okay, so I mean, you know, if it breaks down in the field and the farmer wants it trimming his trees, you can send a person out. I can't say man no more. We can send a person out there, and he'd sort it. They will sort it.
Yes.
That'd be fantastic. Well, I appreciate your time. Tell us your name and your company again.
Claire from NP Seymour.
Thanks a lot, Claire.
No
Thanks
worries.
for your
Nice to
time.
talk to you. Bye.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
So, what is the company's name?
Watling Tyres.
Watling, and where are you based?
In Kent.
All over Kent?
All over Kent, yeah. One in Sussex and one in Surrey.
Okay. Now, you're not only an agricultural supplier.
No, we do everything.
You do cars, trailers, caravans, the lot.
Wheelbarrow to earth mover.
Right, so, but as we're an agricultural show, let's talk about ag tyres. So, you supply a full range of ag tyres?
All range of agricultural tyres, and today we've got Michelin supporting the stand.
Sorry, the gimbal's got a bit woofy, so I've got to sort of just push the camera back. Right, so anyway, so tell us the service you offer the farmers.
24/7, 365 days a year, supply fit, on site.
Okay, so obviously if he has probably not going to happen, a puncher in a field, or more likely a puncher between fields going on a journey on the main road. Now you can send a guy, I can't say guy, you can send someone out there now, can't you?
You can send a mobile fitter to do whatever the problem is.
And he can, even with these large tyres, he can do it on the side of the road, can he, or in the field?
Yeah, in a safe environment, yes.
Yes, and obviously you carry traffic cones with you or something, you see people carrying here.
We'll get nice that.
Yeah, and for almost sake, the tyre's gone, the sidewall's gone completely, and you need another tyre. How quickly can you get that tyre back to you?
Well, sometimes it's in stock. Worst case scenario, you're going to have to wait till the next day. But we can, being agricultural, we can normally get it out of a hole, as it were.
So you carry a fair stock of agricultural. Now, for obviously you ain't got the same tyre, Michelin or whatever, or the same tread pad. You can put a temporary dobby on there to get it going.
You can put a competitor's make on there if you need to. But obviously, it'd be better to keep it to the same product.
Obviously. But I mean, if you know, you've got a 300 horsepower tractor and he's got a day's work to do.
Yeah, you have to have the product.
Anyway, I appreciate your time giving it to me. Tell us your name and your company again.
It's Rob Rose, Watling Tyre Service.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers. Good morning. I'm going to say girls. Good morning, girls.
Good morning.
And ADM, what's that all about?
We're grain merchants.
Sorry.
We're a grain merchant.
I still can't hear you. You speak out there.
Grain merchant and seed and fertilizer sales.
I can hear her. Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us your name.
You understand the northerner? What?
Now, I can't say she, he, gentleman or lady no more, so you can't say that. So.
I can definitely call her a northerner.
So anyway, we're diverse. Let's get back to what we're talking about in the first place. So, what does ADM do?
We're grain merchants. We sell seed and fertilizer.
Yep.
That's a very quick summary of what we do.
Oh, right. So, if a farmer wants a particular crop for the following year, he can call you up and you can advise him on the best varieties.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and pest-resistant crop seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're nodding your head as well. That's great. You're all nodding your head. Okay, so you're on the internet, obviously, and they can contact you. And where do you have your main distribution sites?
So our head office is in Lincolnshire, but we've got farm traders based across the country. We come up south. Amy's our fertiliser trader.
Oh, you do that's a bad word in agriculture at the moment.
Out of step.
Fertiliser, because the prices have gone through the roof. But I mean, you have your own transport, do you?
We do transport seed, but we've not got our own fleet of lorries. We somehow
So you put them out to a contractor, do you?
Yes.
But for argument's sake, as we talk about fertiliser, the farmer wants his fertiliser and he wants it tomorrow. Can you deliver on that?
You need to go over there. Yeah, that's a question for him. It depends.
depends, like I say, because we've got contract of hauliers, so it just depends on whether the fertiliser is available at the port for it to go straight out. It depends if that lorry's available. It depends on the distance that we're travelling with it. A lot of our stuff comes into ABP Immingham up in the north, so if you're down in Devon, it might take us a little bit longer to get a lorry down to that, whereas if we're quite close to the port, it might be readily available. So it's all dependent really, but deliveries are going out quite quickly at the moment.
And you're quite
48 hours.
There you go, liquid fertiliser, 48 hours call off.
Fantastic.
You can
You're
get
quite
it delivered.
competitive on your pricing.
We always try to be competitive on pricing,
You
yeah.
don't price match obviously or anything like that.
Well, we try to do better rather than price match.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. So, what are you doing here? So, are you a customer of these, are you?
In a way, I suppose we're a supplier to them, yeah. So we're Nitrosol liquid fertiliser, provide tanks and tons of the liquid nitrogen sulfur-based products to their customers throughout the UK.
Now tell me, I'm going to sort of interrupt the girls here. Now, liquid or granular? What is the answer?
Oh, there's too many variables. There's no straight answer for that one, I'm afraid. Although you would say liquid.
That's a very politician-based answer. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the user, their preference, their setup, and what could be the right system for them. We're not here to say if liquid, everyone should go liquid or not. But we're here to ease the transition from people that have been a bagged user that are moving on to a liquid-based system. That's the nature of our role and who we are as a business.
Now, obviously, liquids you need to spray. But you have to mix it into. Now, the average farmer contracts all that work in, doesn't he? The spraying and whatnot. So, but most people have a granular spread somewhere on the farm. It's rustling in the corner. So, for the long-term farm, perhaps granular would be better. But if you've got the kit, the liquid would be the filter.
If you have the kit for the sprayer and you have the capacity to do so, and you're looking to limit your logistical steps, and you've only got a one-man work band and you want to free up shed space and whatnot, then putting a tank on farm and moving to a liquid-based system could be the right way for that person to go.
And obviously, do you supply this young lady with products?
Yes.
You sell through ADM.
That's right.
So we sell brine flow and Nitrosol products and the suppliers.
Well, I appreciate your time and tell me your name and your company.
So I'm Jonathan, I'm from Nitrosol Liquid Fertiliser.
Amy, I'm from ADM Agriculture.
Helen from ADM Agriculture. Evie from ADM Agriculture.
Thanks for your time, girls.
Thank you.
And me.
Yeah, well done.
Well, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Euro Forest, what's that all about?
So we are a harvesting and marketing company.
Yes, that means a lot to me. So
Timber harvesting.
timber harvesting for burners, heating, or
For burners, right, so we've got a power station down in Sandwich, in KRE, and then we also supply UK sawmills and sawmills abroad for anything to fencing, to building materials, anything wood. We can cut it. We've gone to the woods for the management side of things, which Kate does here for Pryor and Rickett, and then we will get a management plan together, go into the woodlands, put the harvesting and machines in, get the timber harvested and extracted, get it roadside, and then we do everything from there. We get it all from the lorries to haul it to sort out to the sawmills, and then all sawn timber.
Okay. Now, obviously, they call this sustainable source, but you can't just keep chopping trees down because they're not growing that fast, are they? So
No, so it has to be partnered with a woodland creation programme, but also what people fail to understand is that to have a healthy woodland, it does need to be actively managed, and through a sustainable thinning process whereby you encourage natural regeneration within a woodland, you can produce a sustainable source of timber.
Fantastic.
The key thing about sustainability though is your end product, is where is that wood then going to? If it can go into construction and lock carbon in for a long period of time, that is arguably the most sustainable form.
Now, it's sort of drawing back to the old days when they used to coppice woods, didn't they? You had several men in the woods, they used to coppice the timber and have a sustainable long-term source. So they'd crop one area of the forest first, then next year they'd crop it. But in the meantime, that's growing and they're planting at the same time. Well, I appreciate your time, guys. So tell me your name and the company you work for again.
Pryor and Rickett Silviculture, and this is Euroforest.
I'm Henry Gunn for Euroforest.
Thanks for your time, guys. See you later.
Very much.
Morning, guys. What are you doing here?
Sorry.
Are you here just for the show, or you're farmers, or what?
Yeah, we're just here with farmers. Fruit farms, having a look.
Fruit farms, are you?
Looking at everything. everything.
Oh, fantastic. So you've seen anything you like so far?
Yeah, lots of different things, like the freebies mainly.
Freebies mainly. Now, obviously, the fruit farming industry is quite a hard industry because it's labour intensive.
Yeah.
Now, can you see any products here today that would make it easier for you, like a pruning system or anything like that?
We've only just got it really.
Have you?
So we got some sheep as well, so I've seen some things sort of me handy.
Oh, sheep as well. Would they go amongst the orchards today?
No, we don't keep. We've got a lot of grazing fields and that.
Oh, okay. Would that not be beneficial because they're fertilising the orchards at the same time if they're and you stop going round with the mowers?
Knocking all the trees, branches off the trees.
Ah, okay. See, that's where a layman don't know.
And health and safety comes into it.
Yeah. And especially in construction orchards, the new sort of style of orchards, a lot of low wires. And sheep can't get through like the older sort of style of trees and stuff.
A bit like solar panels because they stopped putting sheep in amongst solar panels because they're eating all the wires away, weren't they? So anyway, guys, tell us the name of the farm.
Tenham Court Farm.
And whereabouts is that?
Tenham in between Sittingbourne and Faversham.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Good morning, guys. You look like you want to talk to me. You're disappearing, and you're there.
Do you want some free advice?
You're not belong to this. Get off. I'm sorry, there's a young lady there.
I'll get off.
I see.
Lottie's great in front of the camera.
I'm really not.
Right, tell us what you're all about.
See, now that's a really difficult question.
You're on
well,
YouTube.
we're on. Is that what we're doing?
It's a live stream.
Is it really? Well, here we are. This is Sentry. We basically offer, advice is the simplest form of it, but that can cover absolutely anything. It might be environmental advice, it could be help with budgets, cash flows.
It's a broad field, it's a bit of a pattern, a broad field.
It is.
You cover, so you cover the crop, pesticides, and all that sort of thing.
We work with agronomists, so we've got partnerships with people like that.
Any information the farmer needs?
Yes, any information, especially linked in with grant funding.
Yes, that's quite. And perhaps payment of their employees. Do you offer wages of OS and that sort of thing?
We can do, yeah. We've certainly got an HR kind of department that will help farmers with advice they need in that area as well. So yes, a bit of everything.
Obviously, a farmer's. I can't say it now. A man owning business or a lady owning business now. So we ain't got time for the books and all that sort of thing. Can you help him out on that sort of
Again, that's the other thing we can help with. Like I say, we can help with cash flows, budgeting, forecasts.
So if he puts his bills in or his invoices in, he can send them off to you electronically?
Potentially, yes. Like I say, that's the kind of side of the business I don't really get too much involved in. But anything the farmer needs, we're certainly open to conversations to how we can help. And then we can take it from there and see how we can work with the farmer to get the optimum out of his farm, or her farm, obviously.
Well, I appreciate your time. So tell us your name and you name your company.
I'm Charlotte, and I work for Sentry.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Mick.
You alright?
How you doing? I caught you here last year, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And I caught you last week, didn't I?
Dino Day. Yeah.
So, all your stand?
Yes. From there right away through.
Right, so which end should we start from, Mick?
Start this end.
Let's start this end. Come on in. Right. Introduce yourself first and the company's name.
I'm Mark from M&A Brown & Sons. We're based in Geldhurst in Kent. We do a range of machinery from compact tractors right the way through, implements. We do lawnmowers, trimmers, chainsaws and specialist bits of kit for contractors. We run a workshop of 6 staff and so it's a bit basic what we do. So we basically go on a bit about getting tongue-tied here today.
That's unusual, mate.
Yeah, I know. So we do anything from like the large estates, big gardens, up to council contractors and councils. That's where our niche is, and that's what we tend to do.
You're not a big tractor or company, are you?
No,
because they're all sorted.
Yeah. The biggest we go up to is this, which is 50 horse. It's Branson, made in South Korea, manual hydro transmission, and we go right down to a 19 horse. This is a sort of middle of the road 25 horse.
Yep. And what sort of area would you sort of fruit farming or smallholders and that sort of thing?
Smallholders, private estates.
Ah, okay.
That's where we tend to sell the majority of the tractors we do.
Okay, so you can put a little topper on them.
Yeah, rollers, toppers, anything you can get for a big tractor. Technically, we can put behind one of these small tractors.
Okay, and do you supply them implements as well?
We've got manufacturers we call on for that sort of thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Now, for argument's sake, I've asked everybody else. I'm going to ask you the same question. Now, if this breaks down.
Yeah.
Now, have you got a backup service? We don't want it sitting in the field getting rained on and whatnot, do we?
I run 6 guys in the workshop, 2 are fully mobile. I'm a trained engineer myself, so obviously I've got the facility to go out if they're all busy. So within 24 hours we'd like to get you up running again. And going again.
Okay, so I mean, because you said they're a foreign machine, spares wise.
Spare parts are very good. The importer's based in Bidford upon Avon in Warwickshire. He carries endless stream of parts. Failing that, Germany the next day, or South Korea I think is about 3 to 4 days. But if all else fails, then we have got the fail-safe of robbing a tractor in the yard to keep them going.
Oh, fantastic. Now, we've seen tractors. Let's move on. You do small machinery as edge cutters and that sort of thing.
We do Echo.
I found that was a good make. Now,
Japanese built, still old school screws, no electronics. So it's all old school technology, screws to adjust on your carburetors, etc. So for operator use out in the wood, it's a lot easier to do.
There's no messing about, is there?
No, that's it.
Now, do you go into the battery range on that as well?
Yes, we do. We haven't got any here today, but we do a 56 volt range, which is
in Eco as well.
In Eco, yeah.
Eco, sorry.
Which is a commercial product that we're selling well with our Arian Zenith-E ride-on mowers, which is a battery 0-turn, which is backing them up really well for the guys that do the strimming, hedge cutting and all that. It's working quite well.
Fantastic. Now I can see you just in front of me. You've got a sit-on lawnmower.
Arian 0-turn, yeah.
So is it petrol, batteries, whatever?
This is petrol.
Right.
All Arian's petrol products now are made in the UK, up at Great Hasty in Oxfordshire. They're British built. So which are very good.
There's always one, isn't there? There's always one that comes in.
There has to be, yeah. Yeah.
So, it's a customer, is it?
Yes. Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, very good product. The Apex 48 for the contractors is our top seller. Fits in the back of a van between the wheel arches. So with the younger lads, when the trailer laws were in place, didn't have an issue.
Okay.
So we've kit the van up with one of these and various strimmers and bits and pieces. So yeah, so very good bit of kit.
And it's got the roll bar for just in case anyway. Safety conscious as we have to be with employees and one thing and another. Okay, now we're moving on to a bit like robot wars, isn't it?
This is all new for me.
Right.
Just from bitter experience.
Yeah, so these are all new to me. This is a new product out this year. This is the Alvis, which is a remote control flail machine.
What's that used for? Like motorway banks?
Yeah, motorway embankments. So that will cut banks up to 57 degrees.
Okay.
Up and down or across the bank. So yeah, it's on tracks for better stability, better grip. And obviously it's simple technology. It's remote control, so it's obviously operator friendly. So they can still sit in the van at the bottom of the motorway embankment and watch it going up and down.
Okay. And who manufactures that thing?
This is made by AS, which is now owned by the Arians company, which is an American company, which is who the Zero Turns are from. So they recently bought that last year, and they then bought out AS, which do a range of professional machines, which are from pedestrian mulching mowers, weed wipers, to flail mowers, to ride on brush cutters.
Okay. Now I see some tracks. Now obviously, if a track goes down, you can obviously supply.
Yeah.
And easy to do. Is it a grease fitting or is it
No, it's all done by adjusters.
Okay.
So not like your mini digger that's got greasable pump out tracks. This one you sort of lift it up, slacken the adjuster off, put the track back on.
More mechanical then, fantastic.
So it's a lot, whether it's easier for the operator, I don't know, but it's more simple,
Easier to do
and less messy.
Fantastic. Let's move on to this AS 940 then.
Yeah, so that's a ride-on brush cutter, remote control, does banks up to 47 degrees. Without the operator, 25 degrees with the operator.
Oh, it's not. You don't have to sit on it then?
You don't have to. It's a sit on or remote control option.
Oh, well, that's cool. So you ain't have two machines then?
You have one machine to do two jobs.
Fantastic.
Same again, they do that without the remote control option.
Yeah.
And it can be remote control or sit on. So if you've got a team of guys that just want to do, for instance, one does paddocks, and they want to do banks, it's got the option to do both.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, is it petrol driven or diesel driven?
Petrol driven.
Petrol driven.
Yeah.
Now, we're messed up with this E10 fuel and E5 fuel. Now, all your petrol machines, now, I've been advised to run all my machines on E5.
Yeah.
Is that a good idea for your machines as well? It does.
They still will run on E5.
Yeah.
We always say shelf life of the new fuel is about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Before it starts absorbing water. So we say if you can, buy the Super Plus unleaded.
Yeah. Which is an E5.
Yeah, that's it. Lasts a lot longer, slightly more expensive, but does give you the reliability.
After all, I mean, these are sitting in the shed sort of 3 months of the year anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
And so if you put E10 in, it all guttens up all the little needle jets.
We've had this year so far, we've had, I would say, half of what we've done work-wise in the workshop has all been non-starters due to E10.
Washing out the carburetors. Well, Mick, I really appreciate your time, and I keep calling you Mick, Mark, whatever. So that's Mark. But tell us your name of your company again, Mark.
It's Mark from M&A Brown and Sons in Goudhurst.
And it's definitely Mark, isn't it?
Yes, it is Mark.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, Robin.
Yeah.
Good morning, and you are?
James Garrett from Canterbury and Sittingbourne.
NFU.
NFU.
Right, so tell me how you assist the farmers politically and practically.
Alright, so first thing, we are as a member lobbying organisation, so we will address local and national issues, so lobbying at the moment for food security all the way through to rural crime. So if a farmer has a problem, then they should pick up the phone to their group secretary, and we'll do our best to sort it out. There's Call First line as well, which offers them legal advice, contract advice, as well as working with a panel of solicitors. So lots of ways we can assist our farmers.
Oh, okay, so you cover all the industry as well, even down to farm insurances and that sort of thing, do you?
That's it, yeah. So alongside the NFU is the NFU Mutual, which has been around for over 100 years, and that is a farming insurance business, and there's 4 agencies in Kent, so depending on where you're based, you'll deal with your agency. We offer anything from car, home to farm insurance, and that's looking at liability, property, covering
personal liability insurance these days.
That's correct, yeah, that's it.
You know, I mean, because farms, I mean, as a young child I can run around on a farm, but now you've got to be over 21 to run around a farm now.
Well, one of the most important things we do is we set up a non-profit risk management service.
Oh, okay.
So that is there, so you'll pay for the service, but we're not making a profit out of it. It's there to improve farm standards.
Fantastic.
So everyone has access to that. There's discounts available for the NFU members, so it's a really good service. Offers consultancy on health and safety, through to courses that we offer as well, and then just a whole general overview of what are you doing to manage your risk.
Now, we've got to talk about, it's a strong piece of advice you ought to give is mental health in farming these days. Now, can you, I mean, if a farmer's on his own and the money's not coming in as quick as he likes to come in, or he's not paying bills, can you help with that sort of stress, take that stress away from him a little bit?
So we partner with Yellow Wellies that offer advice on dealing with mental health, and then we work closely with Rabbi as well, so we support all the events they do, and that is your natural outlet for that kind of funding. So you've got a farming community network or Rabbi that would help a farmer in a difficult place.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, if it's money, then review your insurances, review the cover that you need, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I mean, you can advise him how to cut his losses as much sort of thing to try and lower his bills, or
That's it. So it's looking at it's looking at what's essential to insure and what's a nice to have. But I mean, really, from a hardship point of view, you'd go to the RABI, and from a mental health point of view, you'd go to Yellow Wellies. The group secretary's phones, I'm sure they'll all say, are always open if there are problems. You know, I'll take calls day and night.
Okay, I appreciate your time and giving me it all. And tell me your name and your.
So I'm James Garrett. I'm an agent at Canterbury and Sittingbourne.
But the NFU's online. I can see the web address behind us. So is there always someone there they can talk to itself?
So every all 4 agencies are different. They've got different agents there. But there's the call first number. Which is 0345 845 8458.
Fantastic. Morning, you're standing around doing nothing. I'm going to chat to you.
Do nothing. Cheeky.
So, what are you here for the show for today?
Well, I'm with John, your friend there.
Yeah, all right. A great chap, been on the channel.
Oh, has he?
He's full of interesting...
So what do you do then? So?
A YouTube channel,
Oh, I see, right, yeah.
Right, so are you a farmer or...?
Yeah.
Contractor?
Farming. Well, farming and contracting. So, I mean, my contracting... I used to be a fruit grower, but my main business now is fruit contracting. So I do spraying, orchard maintenance and management, and then a back office role with Red Tractor and supermarket compliance.
Oh, fantastic! Now, obviously,
so it keeps me out of mischief. I still got my own land, so that's used to be fruit, and now it's in arable. So I don't have such a role with that. So I
unfortunately,
sub it out.
Fruit's hard industry because it's labour intensive.
That is the problem, yeah.
And you not only got to prune the trees, you've got to spray the trees, you've got to harvest the trees, and the ground around the trees, you've got to weed, kill, pesticide.
Oh, everything, yeah.
And of course,
and it's a lot of it's
the bees
manual.
have got to do their job as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of management roles you have to undertake, you know, and as you say, it's labour intensive. But that's part of the job, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, tell me, has the farm been in the family long?
Well, my land now, I'm first generation farmer. So,
oh, really?
I used to be in magazine publishing.
Oh, okay.
Many years ago.
So what made you go into this industry?
Oh, midlife crisis.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. Got fed up of sitting in an office.
Right.
I was in ad sales and everything for a good 20 years, and I've been 20 years in, and then we bought some land, which I rented out for a while. Then I thought, I'm going to have a change of lifestyle and go into farming.
Well, fantastic. Well, good luck with it. I hope it all goes well for you.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, contracting business is quite a big business in Kent now because it's all big.
It's where all the orchards are, isn't it? So, I contract between far out as Northam in Sussex, and I've got customers down in North Kent, Sittingbourne. So
your tractors drive a long way then?
Well, no, because I typically put a unit in a farm for a year, so a tractor and a sprayer or whatever with the driver goes there.
Oh, well, that cuts down on fuel miles, doesn't it?
And then we just drive the car, or whatever. They go there when they need to do their spraying and stuff like that.
Well, fantastic. Well, tell us your name, your full name, and your name of your company.
Right, Adrian Watkins, Reflex Agricultural Services.
Thanks for your time. Now,
thank you.
We're talking to John. John, don't run away. Now, you want to talk to me.
I know.
He done an excellent video for me, all about his life and everything like that, and it's really nice to see because I ain't seen you for such a long time now, and you still at it, are you?
I've just done a Dexter.
Have you, Rick? Yeah. We'll have to pop round and have a look at it, won't we? Oh,
he sold it. But he's always got projects on the go.
I know,
so,
because he's got a name.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to look for work, work finds him.
Everybody finds the scallywags, doesn't they? So.
But he's got quite an interesting life.
Yeah.
And he told me all about it. And if you haven't seen it on YouTube, take a look.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell my wife to have a look.
Well, you're still at it, you're still healthy, I can see. Yeah. Everything's working nice. Do you rent that unit there, or is your own farm?
That's my own, yeah.
It's your own farm, so you haven't got to mess about with rents or anything like that, overheads, and you just carry on.
My son's in there.
Oh, is your son taking it over as well?
No, he's in there the weekends, evenings.
Yeah.
So he does all the heavy work now. I don't have to worry about lifting, do I?
No. Now, I know we spoke about this in your interview, but what made you get into the vintage tractor industry? A passion?
Because I brought up on them. I started my farming on a grey Fergie.
Yeah.
You can turn it off if you want to.
No. Well done. Thanks a lot for giving us your little chat. I know you don't like speaking in front of the camera, but you're a diamond geezer and your friend here as well.
Thank you very much.
I'll have to pop down. Next time you've got a project on the go, can we come down and have a little chat about it?
No worries.
You're a great fan. Cheers,
All right.
Tom.
Cheers. Thanks very much. Bye bye.